Tonight, the defending champs, the 1987 Minnesota Twins, take on the 1988 Boston Red Sox. This is the ALDS here in Boston tonight. This is game number 1, and you can see all these fans are jammed in right now to Fenway Park. The Red Sox are hoping to break their long streak of championship game losses and no championships. As here in 1988, it was 80 years before that they got one. Well, the Twins are defending champions. It is Minnesota and Boston. Game 1 coming up next. This is a tough and grueling long series. My stuff is still being shipped in and will be shipped in at the very beginning of the year of September. Sorry. So I got about a month. We will have every game in this. This will be Frank Viola against Roger Clemens. And the two of the best pitchers in the game will go at it. So here we go. We start off Roger Clemens, 6'4", 225, age 25. Each team has to win now 3 best-of-7 game series. Remember, it was the Toronto Blue Jays. That was the team that won the AL wildcard game. But Dan Gladden now will come in. Boston is a second seed. They won the AL East here in 1988. In real life, they lost to Oakland in the ALCS. That's going to be Dan Gladden on the first pitch. And center field, 1 out. So they're coming out swinging. And here it is. You have Dan Gladden, Tommy Herr. Then you have Kirby Puckett, Ken Herbeck, Gary Gaetti, Randy Bush, Gene Larkin, Tim Wadner, and Greg Gagne, with Gene Larkin being the DH. But that's a solid lineup. Maybe not the most powerful, but they will hit home runs against you when needed. Tommy Herr. Remember, he was with the St. Louis Cardinals in 1985. I remember him. He won a championship, I believe, with the Cardinals in 83. And it'll be a strike 1-1, 99 miles an hour for Roger Clemens. They call him the Rocket for a reason. He's very good. And that's going to be a curve, 2-1. Roger Clemens, number 21, one of the better pitchers in all of baseball. And it'll be 3-1. Kirby Puckett will be on deck. This is the first game for both these teams in the postseason. Walked them. So Tommy Herr will get on, 1 out. Here in the first inning, game number 1. And here's Kirby, and you know Kirby is good. Kirby Puckett. One of the best ever, and that's going to be a strike on the outside corner. Roger Clemens. You know, he is, that's going to be back to first base. Sorry about that. I got another computer. What I do is I make sure the streaming is going well by opening that up. As they go back to first, that's all right. The 0-1 with 1 out. Herr isn't going anywhere, and it's 1-1 with 1 out here in the first. So it's Minnesota against Boston. This is 7-game series. By winning your division, yes, you get to play the 7th game at home. Oh, they're stealing now, and they take the strike. They throw to second. He's safe, and Tommy Herr gets under the tag. So the St. Louis Cardinal of earlier years, you can see this, 18 miles an hour, my goodness. So Puckett now can get a run if he gets one into the outfield. Tommy Herr, not mostly fast, but he can get around. It'll be 2-2. First pitch of the game was an out. Ever since then, the last 9 have not gone very well for Roger Clemens. On the ground and a base hit. Tommy Herr might come around third. He will come around third. They're going to throw home, and Herr will be safe. It's 1-0 Minnesota. Minnesota 1, Boston 0. Kirby Puckett with a base hit, and Kirby Puckett right by Roger Clemens. That's the thing, Minnesota needed to jump on Boston. 1-0 Minnesota here. I can't believe Clemens is giving this Ken Herr back. We'll be up. Kent for Minnesota. They throw back to first. He's going to be safe. Long first inning, 12 pitches. Only got 1 out. This is big time right now. That's going to be a strike. They throw to second. This time they get him out. They get Kirby Puckett out. They were running again. He was faster. The catcher was faster. He had the same lead distance as Tommy Herr, but you can see the throw was there. Tommy Herr almost got the out. So the 0-2 now to Ken Herr back. It's going to be down low 1-2. A lot of pitches. It makes you wonder. First pitch of the game was a fly out. High pop fly left field. And underneath, making the catch, 3 outs. Kirby Puckett, an RBI early, and Minnesota has a 1-0 lead. Here's we go to the bottom of the first. Bottom of the first inning, here's Frank Viola, and, well, Frank, yeah. Wade Boggs now. Here's Wade. And Minnesota leading 1-0. Viola, it's going to be up and in the corner. Ball 1. So Wade Boggs here in 1988. He was so close to winning championships, and I don't think he ever did. It's going to be 2-0 inside. 7 games for all these teams. It's going to be crazy. That's going to be a little blooper. Viola will get it back and throw the first one out. What a weird play that was. So you have Boggs, Barrett, and Evans, Greenwell, Ellis, Burks, Jim Rice, Todd Bensinger, Rick Cerrone, and Jody Reed. As the Twins lead the Red Sox 1-0 here in the bottom of the first inning of game 1. That'll be outside ball 1. Man, I have to fix. I have to fix that. It's a game 1. I had edited video. I'll hit that game 1, whatever. It'll be 2-0 to Barrett. And they're going to get a strike there. What a game. What a day, really. And that'll be a base hit for Marty Barrett. And Barrett will get on with 1 out. So just like Minnesota, they get on with 1 out here in the bottom of the first inning. And yes. That's a big single. Now they can do something with it on first base. Here's Dwight Evans. Frank Viola now, and that'll be a strike on the inside. You notice that most of these pitches aren't going right down the middle. They're not even testing them. They're playing borders all the way around. It'll be a low 1-1. Cold night here in Boston. Minnesota plays in a dome, the Hubert H. Humphrey Metrodome. So they're going to be inside. And it is hard to win in the Metrodome. That's why if the Metrodome, I'll tell you what, the Metrodome is one of the hardest places to win in baseball. I don't know why. If you know why, just tell me in the comments. And that's going to be on the side, 2-1. If the Metrodome, I mean, if they steal one in Boston, the Metrodome could be the lace of death here for Boston. 2-2. They might have to come back here and win games 6 and 7 here in Fenway. And that'll be fouled off. I could see Minnesota taking 2 of 3 or maybe even 3 of 3 in the Metrodome. That's why this is always big. Evans takes ball 3 down below. Greenwell's on deck. Here in Fenway Park, the 1988 playoffs. That's going to be high pop fly. It was borderline anyway. You might ask, why in the world would you swing at that? I believe that was Dan Gladden with the catch. Yeah, it was. But you might be wondering why he went after. It was borderline. You can on a 3-2 pitch. Maybe 3-1 or 3-0, but you got to go after that. So Minnesota 1, Boston nothing. Bottom of the first inning. Been a long first inning, really. And that's going to be a strike to Greenwell. What a heck of a player Mike Greenwell is. It'll be 1-1 to the outside. Minnesota 1-0 over Boston. The 1988 playoffs. It's going to be a while before I get my stuff. I learned today that my stuff will arrive in Karachi on the 14th of August, and then it'll take 15 working days to get here. That's 3 weeks. Beginning of September, I'll be able to start, and I can't wait. College football. I got a college football league coming up and regular football, but that's all for the future. It's 3-2 with 2 outs. Bottom of the first, here's Greenwell. High pop fly, gets underneath. Underneath, and that's a catch. Kirby Puckett in center field. The end of 1. Minnesota has the only run. The score, Minnesota 1, Boston nothing. Now here he is, Gary Gaetti. Remember all those years he never wore ear flaps on his batting helmet, and now he does. Remember that? He used to wear that weird sort of batting helmet. His hair used to come out the sides. And that's going to be a strike, 100 miles an hour for Roger Clemens. He threw 15 pitches in the first inning. Many of them he wishes he could get back. And that'll be a swing and a miss. Then Kirby Puckett with the RBI. Herr got on, and then he stole second. And then Kirby Puckett got him in, and that's going to be a base hit to right field. He's going to get more than 1 on this. It goes all the way to the wall. He might get 3. Let's see if he goes. He'll stop at 2. And Gary Gaetti has a double to begin the second inning. Gary Gaetti gets a double to begin the second inning. Boston better get trouble. You know that they're going to get that push. You know they're going to get that push in the later innings. But they can't let Minnesota's opening be too much, or else it's going to be tough. Here's Bush, Randy Bush. If they don't stop the bleeding now, they could bleed to death. I mean, they could try a transfusion, but it won't work. A swing and a miss there. It'll be 1-1. 1-0 Minnesota. If they would steal game 1, it would turn the series upside down. That's going to be a shot to left field. Another base hit. Are they going to try and score? No, they won't. It'll be first and third here in the top of the second. This is not the way I thought this game would go. Not the way I thought this game would go. I am going right now to who the hell kind of bull crap is this? Report? Yep. And there it is.
The catcher, number 15.
I got this thing first time. And that's going to be fouled off. I hate it when, I all of a sudden, sorry for that kind of a delay, I got one of those messages in the chat, stupid spam, and morons like that, they can go, if I ever met them, I'd rather just give them a computer virus and, I don't know, link my channel and make them watch it and give me more views. I don't know. So here we go. It's going to be 1-1. And fouled it off. This is Tim Laudner. 1-2. 1 out. Top of the second. Struck him out. That's a big strikeout. And now there's 2 outs. He's upset at the call. He's letting the umpire know. But according to our calculations, it was the right one. He's upset maybe at himself. But here's Greg Gagne. 2 outs. There's no more sacrifice. No more. And that's the same place that they punched out. And the fans are going, oh my. And Laudner is going, why in the world? He is throwing his arms up a very big portion of this game. And that's going to be fouled back 1-1 with 2 outs. Greg Gagne. Here in the second inning, 1-1. And the 1-1 count, it'll be 2-1. 2-1. This could be a big turning point with the base hit. It could be a huge turning point. The 2-1 on the ground. What a play! Throw to second, they get the out. What a play at third. Burks, Rice, Benzinger coming up. What a play, saved a run. So here's Ellis Burks now. So Ellis Burks. And that's going to be a swing and a miss there. Bottom of the second inning, a little bit long. And that's going to be quickly 0-2 to Burks. This is a game where you're going to see a lot of pitches. There hasn't been a lot of ball movement yet. And it'll be 1-2. Frank Viola, the ace for Minnesota, easily out-dueling Roger Clemens at this moment. That's going to be a hard shot foul. It hits the screen. You can see the screen going around. It's a new thing. For 100 years, they didn't have that. It'll be 2-2. Minnesota 1, Boston nothing. Ellis Burks on the ground. What a catch. The first. Third base has been a corner of great defensive play today. Gary Gaetti. And here's Jimmy Rice. Gaetti ended up on third base the last time. Here comes Jim Rice. Game 1, Minnesota 1, Boston nothing, and that's going to be a strike. So big for Jimmy. And that's going to be fouled off. Notice they don't have a lot of foul territory. If you can poke one over the fence right near the foul lines, that's a lot shorter. Especially if you're a left-hander. 1-2 with 1 out. Viola against Jimmy Rice. Swung, struck him out, swung and he missed. And Viola gets his second out. Here's Todd Bensinger. Benzinger in the bottom of the second inning. On the ground, will they be able to get it? Way out there, long throw, he's safe, he beats it out. Todd Bensinger doesn't have the greatest speed, but you can see the weird hop that took, and the shortstop right there picked it up. I mean, he said he threw, but not enough. And here's Rick Cerrone. Rick Cerrone for Boston. And that's going to be down low. Boston had a lot of really good teams in the late 80s. So did Minnesota, but Minnesota won 2 World Series. One in 87 and one in 1991. So Boston didn't, I mean, for many reasons. They didn't either make the playoffs, or when they did, they lost the league championship series. Or they lost the World Series. And that's going to be a strike there, 3-1. Rick Cerrone with 2 outs in the bottom of the second inning for Frank Viola. Inside ball 4, and they walk Rick Cerrone. And it's going to be first and second. Here's Jody Reed. 2 outs, 2 on, and Jody Reed. Look at the Boston thing. Look at that thing. I don't know what it is. What is that thing? It looks like a Sesame Street character that ate horrible street food. Like the kind where they don't change the grease for a month. And it's going to be a ball 1-0. I don't know what that thing is. It's going to give me nightmares for a while. 2 on, 2 out, the 1-0. Swings and he misses. It'll be 1-1. Of course, Cincinnati and the Los Angeles Dodgers will be the game tomorrow. That'll be a heck of a game. That'll be a great game. The Dodgers are the real-life winners of the World Series. They beat the Mets in 7 games, and then they swing and a miss, struck him out. Frank Viola, a big strikeout, a 2-strike pitch. And at the end of 2, it's Minnesota 1, Boston nothing. Dan Gladden now, here in the top of the 3rd inning. And a swing and a miss there. That'll be strike 1. So Gladden will start out both Minnesota and Boston. Same number of batters. They're both starting at the top of their lineups. And that'll be a curve, another strike. Roger Clemens was throwing heat the whole game. And then he comes back with a 100-mile-an-hour fastball. Yo, 2. Oh, my, and they didn't like that. Clemens wanted the call. Oh, again, right on a corner. He's not getting it. It went from 0-2 to 2-2, and it could have been a strikeout on any one of those pitches. The 2-2 to Gladden. Base hit, and he gets on. So that meant something. And Dan Gladden gets on first. He has 84 speed. They're a doubles hitting team, really. Minnesota is not the most powerful team. They're very much a doubles hitting team, and they're usually about 6 deep with that. They have a lot of speed, and it gets by. Is he going to go? No, he won't. Still on first base. So Minnesota is a doubles hitting team. They don't have much power, but they will run and steal and force pitches like this. Tommy Herr, remember, he got on and he ended up scoring. It's the game's only run here in the top of the third. And that's going to be a strike right down the middle, 1-1. McNamara against Tom Kelly. How about that? Lou Piniella for Cincinnati against Tommy Lasorda tomorrow. Such characters in this playoffs. This 88 playoffs has the most characters I've ever seen in my life in any baseball. I think 88 had the most characters. You have Lasorda, you have Tom Kelly, you have McNamara, you have Lou Piniella, and that's going to be a strike. You have Jim Leland, maybe even that guy. Who knows? You have Jim Leland. The New York Mets, I think, I forget who was him. It'll be down low. It was the guy in 86. 2-2. It was Davey Johnson. So you have Davey Johnson. I remembered that because I remember he played for the Baltimore Orioles, and he was MVP of the first ever simulation league I ever did. Struck him out. 1 out. And he goes down. That's Tommy Herr, him going down. Oh, yeah. Here's Kirby. He has the only RBI. Remember, 84 speed on first. That's going to be outside, ball 1. So Kirby Puckett, 1 for 1. He has a single and an RBI. A lot of pitches here for Clemens. I mean, we're in the third inning, and he's already thrown 42. Not the idea he wanted. And that'll be a strike again, 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. 1 out. And it'll be 2-1. 2 balls and 1 strike. Minnesota 1, Boston nothing. Hard hit and foul. You got 2 strikes on Puckett. You got to go aggressive. You can't lose Puckett when you have 2 strikes on him. You can't do it. 3-2. It makes it so big. You're never going to get 2 strikes on Puckett. It's very rare he ever strikes out. If you can get 2 strikes, you don't walk him with that. If you walk him, you're going to have first and second with 1 out here in the top of the third. And you walked him. Roger Clemens loses Kirby Puckett, and after it was 2-2. And now here's Ken Herbeck. Now it's interesting again as Minnesota's pressuring here in the top of the third inning. A lot of pressure for Minnesota. And that's going to be a ball 1-0. There's a ton of pressure here. They have to score because this is one of those games where if they don't score, that'll be 2-0. Ken Herbeck. If they don't end up scoring, then you got problems. You got severe problems. Like me after taco night. 3-0. They could load the bases up with 1 out. And Gary Gaetti is up next, who's 1 for 1 already. So here comes Herbeck. Strike, and it's on inside. That could have gone for a ball, but I mean, you're going to give that at 3-0. You're going to give that at 3-0. I mean, if you're taking and they're taking, you know what it's supposed to be. They'll give it at 3-0. The 3-1. Hard hit to first. He might get a double play. There's one. They throw to first. They get both of them. They get both of them. And Minnesota's crushed there. Minnesota is crushed. They had 2 on, and they were a pitch away from loading up the bases with an out. And they hit into a double play. Oh, my goodness, Ken Herbeck. Ken Herbeck with a huge blunder. Hitting into that double play. I understand it's not a blunder like dropping a fly ball, but whenever that happens, that happens. Stormy MC Stormy MC, good to see you. Hey, this is the 1988 playoffs. This is a chance for you to win another World Series if you're Boston. Maybe a meaningful World Series, because these 80s teams are really good, and they deserved a real good shot at it. They did in 86, but I think they deserved a shot in 88 also. And that'll be 2-2. This is game 1 of 7 in the divisional rounds. The 2-2. Hard hit. That's going to be caught, 1 out. Gary Gaetti. So Gaetti knows. Oh, look at that despair. Gary Gaetti, he knows. That thing was hit hard, and they just put people in the right places. Marty Barrett, he singled in the first. I believe it's Boston's only hit of the day. Viola's walked a couple people here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. And that's going to be a strike. That's one of those things that you don't want to do, is start taking strikes. Because if you start starting out 0-1 on all these batters with these pitchers, you're going to give them confidence. And now this is going to happen if you're Boston. The 0-2 with 1 out. On the ground, should be 2 outs, and it is. So Tommy Hurd, Ken Herbeck, 2 outs. Minnesota 1, Boston nothing. In the bottom of the 3rd inning, and here's Dwight Evans. Dwight Evans, you never know with Boston. You know, this is not a game. Oh, this is deep and foul. Dwight Evans he can just jack 1 out and tie it up. That's a different thing. Minnesota usually needs 2 base hits, and I understand Kirby Puckett's home run in the 91 World Series. I understand that. But usually Minnesota's built for 2 base hits. They're better contact hitters, but Boston, they can lumber it, and they can get a home run. They can get a home run. They're very big in that. The 0-2 with 2 outs. No, they say no on that one. It'll be 1 ball and 2 strikes. 2 outs. Dwight Evans trying to get on. Down below, and it's going to be snagged by Ken Herbeck, and that's going to be 3 outs. What a play. We go to the 4th, Gaetti, Bush, and Larkin. Here's Gary Gaetti. Tomorrow, the National League. Game number 1, the Cincinnati Reds at the LA Dodgers. Cincinnati would win the 1990 World Series. And in 1988, they have a team they feel can compete. That's going to be a strike. Clemens starting off. He had a little rough beginning, kind of mediocre middle. Hasn't had the best day in the world. That's going to be a base hit. A leadoff single for Gaetti, and that's how big that double play was last inning. Last inning, he ran into, Herbeck went into a double play. And my goodness, was that tough. Because Gaetti, with the bases loaded and 1 out, if he would have done that, he would have been 3-4-0 right now. So that's going to be 1 out, high ball 1. Randy Bush, he's 1 for 1 today. You know, we touted this as a great pitching matchup. Like, yes, it's 1-0 right now, but everybody has been on base. It hasn't been the greatest day for these pitchers. The 1-1. That'll be on the ground. Will they get there? Clemens, no. Yes! Yes! They get him! Randy Bush is out. So Randy Bush is out, and it'll move Gaetti to second, 1 out. And here's Gene Larkin, 0 for 1. Yeah, how about that? I thought it was going to be first and second with nobody out. And that's going to be a strike. Such a big game for Minnesota. Minnesota, they know they got to win one of these two. If they don't, they're in trouble. Hard hit, that one is fair. It is fair. One run will score. Coyote scores. And going to second and safe, and that is so big. It's 2-0 Minnesota. Randy Bush. That's incredible. Was it Gene Larkin? Might have been Gene Larkin. Tim Laudner on the ground. The first 2 outs. 2-0 Minnesota. And here's Greg Gagne. I can't believe it, really. This is a dream start for Minnesota. Not the greatest dream in the world. I would say it's a good start. A dream start would be 4 or 5-0. Sire 0329, good to see you. Sire, I got an update on my packages today. That's a swing and a miss, 0-2 with 2 outs. They're going into the Karachi port on the 14th, which means that it'll be 15 business days, up to 15 business days, when they get up here, which means first week of September. And then I'll set up my broadcasting studio upstairs, and it'll be fun. He swung on that. Greg Gagne swung on that. But Gene Larkin, the RBI, and the Twins have control, 2-0. Bottom of the second inning. Baseball is just so loaded with talent. High pop fly. And that'll be an out. For those of you watching, Cyro 329, great guy. He's doing, reading the comments, he's doing rosters for NFL 2K5. And then what will happen is after he does the rosters, I'm going to put him in a premier season, which means my once-a-week league, and it'll be a once-a-week league, and it'll be a good one. We'll have that one. It's NFL 2K5. We'll have a game a week, and it'll be pretty solid. It'll be fun. 2-0 with 1 out. Minnesota 2, Boston nothing. Left field. And caught! No, it doesn't catch. He missed it. And going to second, he has 82 speed. They get it in. And that's going to be a double. Now we got Jim Rice. They throw to second, he's safe. I got to see. Who was Ellis Burks? My goodness, Ellis Burks, now Jim Rice. And Viola is going to be on the ground, 1-0. Jim Rice 0 for 1, struck out in the second inning. And they go back to second. There's 1 out. They do not want him on third. Swing and a miss there. It'll be 2 strikes. 1 strike. 1-1. Sorry. High pop fly. This is right field. And underneath, there's the catch. They're going to throw to third. And Burks will stay at second. So they're not moving anybody over here in the bottom of the 4th with 2 outs. They got a double, and with 1 out. And here's Todd Bensinger. Now there's 2 off the fly ball. So they don't get him to third. They don't get Burks to third. 2-0 Minnesota, and that's going to be a ball. Two and 0. Minnesota 2, Boston nothing. So Minnesota, that's going to be reaching out, fouling it away. It's those kind of pitches where people bloop it in for a base hit. 2-0 Minnesota leading Boston. In, it's going to be 3-1. There has been no quick inning. A lot of pitches in every inning. The 3-1 with 2 outs to Benzinger. Strike 2, 3-2. And that's going to be fouled off. Now let me look at this jackass right now. Report. There it is. I get these morons. That's going to be a base hit. Are they going to score? They come home. He's going to score. It's 2-1. So I almost missed a great play because an idiot was trying to spam, and that's going to be to right field. 2 outs, first pitch, they make it. Todd Bensinger, again, they have the wrong uniform glitch here. It's Minnesota 2, Boston 1. So that's not me. I kind of look like the guy. Maybe a little bit, who knows. But they're not me. I'm sitting on my couch. I currently am in Islamabad, Pakistan right now. It's quite fun. And it is going to be a strike. Dan Gladden. 1 for 2 today. We begin the 3rd time through the lineup. Oh, he tried to bunt. Yes, Gladden is fast. The first 2 Twins are fast. And that helps. Gladden to left fouled it off. In another park, he might have fouled out. Maybe Oakland. Oakland has unbelievably big foul lines. Cyro 329, do a custom schedule. Teams with 2 byes, oh my, that is tough. And it's going to be 2-2. 2-2 to Dan Gladden. The 2-2. Strike him out, that's going to be 1 out. And Roger Clemens starting to find his groove. Minnesota has a 2-1 lead, though. And now Tommy Herr. Herr is 0 for 1. He walked. And he walked, and then he ended up scoring. He walked, stole a base, and scored a run on a Kirby Puckett base hit. Here in the top of the 5th inning. 2-1 Minnesota, and that's going to be a bunt. He might be able to, it's going to be foul. Oh, my. Now there's 2 strikes with 1 out. Clemens. Oh, that's going to be ball down low, 1-2. So Clemens has thrown 72 pitches now. And we're in the bottom of the 5th. The pitch. High and deep to right field. He was playing a little too shallow, maybe. But not really 1 out, 2 outs. And there's 2 outs now. A good catch in right field. And that's the thing with Minnesota. So here's Kirby. He's 1 for 1. A single and an RBI. He walked last time. 2-1 Minnesota leads Boston here in the 5th. And that's going to be a strike. That's going to be left field. Watch Kirby run. He's going to go. It takes a favorable hop to Boston, and it could have been a triple, but it is only a double. That was a favorable hop to the Boston Red Sox, because if that hit anywhere else, watch this, bam, and it goes right to the fielder. It could have bumped right into the stands or near the stands. Ken Hrbek. Maybe he can trade places, 2 outs. High to left field, but he's underneath. That's easy. And he does it. And we go to the bottom of the 5th inning. The score, Minnesota 2, Boston 1.
Leading off for the Red Sox, the shortstop,
Jody Reed. Jody Reed, he's batting 9th. And that's going to be a strike. 2-1 Minnesota leads. On the ground, let's see. The throw to first, they get him 1 out. Oh my. A good defensive play, that was really good.
the third baseman, Wade Boggs.
And here's Wade. Great second to first there. And here's Wade. Wade is 0 for 2. Bottom of the 5th inning, 1 out. And that's going to be a strike right on the top corner. That has been a pick 'em all day. It's either a strike or a ball. It doesn't matter. 2-1 Minnesota, bottom of the 5th. Hard hit. Hrbek will just step on first, 2 outs.
Up next for the Red Sox, the second baseman.
So Ken Hrbek having a good game. Marty Barrett now 1 for 2. He singled in the 1st inning. Didn't end up scoring. Here in the bottom of the 5th and 2 outs. That's going to be a strike. So Marty Barrett trying to get on with 2 outs. And that's going to be fouled away. It's tough because there are 2 outs. You don't have the options. Once you're out, boom, the inning's over. You can have bases loaded, but there's always boom. That's it. Ground ball throw to first. Yeah. 1 and 2 to Barrett. Nobody on. Did he go? Yes, he did. He didn't like it. But that's the call, and Frank Viola gets out of it. We go to the 6th inning now. Minnesota has a 2-1 lead. Well, here's Gary Gaetti, who's 2 for 2. It's a 7-game series, but he's fastly becoming a candidate to get hot here. Gary Gaetti, 2 for 2. Minnesota 2, Boston 1. That's going to be a strike. So Gary Gaetti and the Twins trying to take one. Gaetti to left field. This one might hit the gap. It is gone! Is it gone? It is! Gary Gaetti has just hit one 386 feet, and it is 3-1 Minnesota. I didn't expect that. I thought it would hit off the wall, and Gary Gaetti has just made it 3-1. He steps on home, and Bush will come up. Randy Bush, he gives him a hug. And Gary Gaetti, that is a big buffer zone run right there. Watch this. I thought it was coming off the wall. And yeah, it barely made it. And a new pitcher, the much-touted Roger Clemens. McNamara comes out, and Clemens goes off. Not his best performance of the day. And this definitely wasn't the pitching masterpiece that we thought it would be. Clemens didn't have an off day, but he's got to have a short memory. Tom Bolton will come in. So Bolton is 6'2", 172. The Twins have a 3-1 lead here in the top of the sixth. That's going to be to left field. This one might hit, and it will. And a nice catch here. They're going to keep Bolton at. Tom Bolton gives up a single to Randy Bush. So Randy is going to be at first. Could have had a double, but it was a good bounce. A lot of bounces in the outfield. But here's Gene Larkin, 1 for 2. Nobody out. It's 3-1. This could be a very big inning for Minnesota, and that's going to be a strike. Minnesota's reminding me of the Baltimore Orioles in 1970 in my first lay. Hey, just win one on the road, win everything at home. High pop fly center field. And there's the out. Same great makeup. Good pitching. Doubles hitting.
The batter, number 15.
So that's going to be one out with Bush on first. Laudner. Laudner's 0 for 2. 0 for 2. And that's going to be high ball 1. Here in the sixth. You never know with Boston, though. All it does in baseball is one run, and that's it. One big run. What I mean is like a run, a string of runs. Oh, what a base hit. It goes fair. And let's see what Bush is going to do. They're going to go to third at least. And it'll be first and third with Bush in sacrifice position. And a sacrifice fly would be absolutely huge. Oh, how big that would be. Here's Greg Gagne. Greg Gagne. I would say Greg Gagne, but it isn't. It's Greg Gagne. 0 for 2. He struck out and grounded out. First and third, Minnesota wanting to pull the upset. Did he go? And I think he did. 1-1. A double play would end this inning if it goes to the shortstop, and he can turn it. It's over, and it'll be 2-1. So Tom Bolton in a jam. I'm wondering if both these teams are good enough offensively that maybe Clemens had a better game than we thought. A swing and a miss here. That's going to be 2-2. Minnesota 3, Boston 1. Here in the top of the sixth inning. The 2-2 with one out. And it goes on the ground, and a 27 speed will take second. So there goes the double play. That's what you didn't want, is you didn't want that. The 3-2. On the ground. Nobody comes home, 2 outs. So they stop the sacrifice there. Man, if Minnesota can get a base hit, this game would just bust wide open. That's how big this game is. You know, Bush is, at least get Bush in. And here's Dan Gladden. He singled in the third inning. He's 1 for 3. Oh, my goodness, this is so big. Dan Gladden. That's going to be a strike. 0-1. And here's Dan. And that'll be below 1-1. Minnesota 3, Boston 1. 1-1 with 2 outs. And that's going to be fouled off, 1-2. So Dan, the 1-2 pitch. He didn't get him. So it'll be 2-2. Big for Dan Gladden. This whole game 1 could be solved here. Can Boston keep on playing? No, well, it's 3-2. Tommy Ear's on deck. They might load the bases up. This is a pivotal moment in game number 1. A very, very pivotal moment. The 3-2. Struck him out, hit the corner, and Dan Gladden's angry. He is angry. He took it, but Gary Gaetti, with the RBI, makes it 3-1 Twins. Gaetti with the home run. That was big. Here's Dwight Evans. Oh my, that was a big strikeout if you're a Red Sox fan, because that means that they're still in this game. Yeah, it's 3-1, but you never know. Bottom of the 6th now, Viola, that's going to be a strike. So Evans is 0 for 2 today. A lot of pitches. Frank Viola. Game number 1. We play 7 in every round. And it'll be 1-1. So Minnesota 3, Boston 1. The 1-1. Low, 2-1. Oh, how big this is. 3-1 now. Boston might be able to get the tying run on deck. That would be big. They want to start a run here with nobody out. So Dwight Evans. If they could do it with nobody out, that'd be big. On the ground, they dribble this one. It'll be a full count. Well, this is big. If they walk to first, then all of a sudden they might have a chance here. The 3-2, and then walk him. It's going to be Boston on first with nobody out. And Mike Greenwell. Mike Greenwell, and that's that thing again. That thing will be in my mind for a long time. I don't know what that is, but Mike Greenwell is up now. 1 on, nobody out. Bottom of the 6th. And that's going to be a strike for Viola. Every batter is just so big now. Game 1 of the division series. On the ground, it'll get through, a base hit. We got 2 on with nobody out. And now the question is, do you give Viola the hook? Straight up the middle. So here's Ellis Burks. He's 1 for 2. Remember, he had a double last time. High and deep to left field. This one is caught. It's caught. They throw to third. And oh my goodness. Dan Gladden. One of the best catches I've ever seen. Oh, we can't let that go. This is one of the most unbelievable catches I've ever seen. Watch Dan Gladden. We're going to zoom in on him. Dan Gladden sees it, reads it, and watch him. Watch Gladden. Oh, what a catch. Oh, what a catch that was. Dan Gladden, he went against the wall. If they win this game, then they're going to remember that. If they win this game, they're going to remember that. And that's going to be a ball 1-0, 1 out. They got a 2-run lead, so the sacrifice at third will only cut it to 1. Jim Rice, 0 for 2 today. They'll be low 2-0. They're keeping Viola in. One of the most, that was incredible. And that'll be down low. That'll be 3-0. Bensinger will be on deck. Jimmy Rice here in the bottom of the 6th inning. It's 3-1 Minnesota. That's going to be a strike. Now it's 3-1. They could load the bases up with 1 out. Swing and a miss. That's ball 4. That one was ball 4, and Jim Rice went after it. 3-2 with an out. The 3-2. Again, he's throwing curves. Bottom of the 6th inning, 1st and 3rd. Jimmy Rice and Boston, they want to cut this to 1. To right field, this might score. It might, we don't know. It's right in that range. They're going to try. They're coming home. The throw to the plate. He's safe. It's 3-2. And it is 3-2. In the bottom of the 6th inning, the throw was there, but it just was not in time. And good running by Boston. They at least get 1. That was huge. Here's Todd Bensinger. He's 2 for 2 with 2 singles. He has an RBI today. They throw to first. They want to make sure he doesn't get to second. They want 2 base hits to score. If you're Minnesota, the tying run is at first. Viola. Oh, he's trying for second, and they get him. He only has 68 speed. I don't know. It's whatever risk reward you could talk about it. We go to the 7th, 3-2. So Wes Gardner, a new pitcher. We got 7 games of this. This is going to be exciting. Wes Gardner now for Boston. And here's Tommy Hurry walked. He scored a run. He walked, stole a base, and he scored a run. And it was 0 for 2 cents. So Gardner's first pitch will be inside ball 1. Hurr is 0 for 2 today. Tommy Hurr, second base. Hurr to Urbeck. Hurr to Urbeck. I mean, Urbeck is at first. Say that. Hurr to Urbeck. It's a tongue twister. 2-0 on the ground and right back. 1 out. Flips it to Gardner. And Tommy Hurr will sit down. Remember, Minnesota won the '87 World Series. They're the defending champions. Here's Kirby Puckett, 2 for 2. A double, a single, and an RBI. And here's Puckett. Puckett, this will go third to first, and they'll get him 2 outs. Of course, Minnesota wants a buffer zone for a run. They do. I mean, this is... And now Ken Hrbek. Yep, Ken Hrbek now. So Hrbek is 0 for 3. And that's going to be a strike. He had a good game defensively. Dennis Lamp will be in the Boston Red Sox bullpen. That'll be Dennis Lamp. And that's going to be on the ground, third to first. That's going to be it. At the bottom of the 7th inning, it's Minnesota 3, Boston 2. Here comes Todd Benzinger, 2 for 2 with 2 singles. He has an RBI. Bottom of the 7th inning for Boston. Steyer0329 asked, why did I do the '88 season? It was, well, I thought of all the seasons online that they had. They had a few. But I thought the '88 one was really wide open. It was the most wide open because the Dodgers unexpectedly won the whole thing. And there's, number 2, there's so much star power. Stars in their prime. Like, just look at this game. You have Kirby Puckett, Ken Hrbek, Wade Boggs. You have people like Todd Benzinger. You have Roger Clemens, Frank Viola. Not these people. Not them. But they are in the bullpen of the Minnesota Twins. You have anybody in the top 6 could win it all. And I think that's why I also picked the 83 playoffs. High pop fly underneath, one out, bottom of the 7th, Urbeck with the catch. So as you can see, one of the reasons I picked it was because anybody could win it. And there's so many storylines. The Red Sox could win a World Series in the 1980s. The Mets could win the one where they had 88. Their team was better than 86. You know, remember in 86 it was a struggle against the Astros in the NLCS. It was almost the Astros in 86 in the World Series, but in 88 they lost in 7 games to the Dodgers. In the NLCS, they won revenge. You have Cincinnati, who's 2 years away. That's going to be straight. No, the Creators Cup will happen when I get my stuff back. So when I get my stuff in the beginning of September, that's going to be a shot. And, oh, what a catch! And,
Not shortstop.
excuse me while I get these idiots. That's going to be long and an out. I got people posting stupid-ass things on mine, but that's going to be it. So, all right, let me talk through this. As we top the 8th inning, Gary Gaetti, obviously player of the game today. He's 3 for 3, a home run, a double, a single. If they get a trip, yeah, I got that. So what I'm doing is I'm just blocking the user, and I'm figuring it out. First time I got that stuff. And Gaetti, that's going to be a strike. If he hits a triple, he gets the cycle. So the Creators Cup will happen. And I'm going to get my stuff to me in early September. And as soon as I get my stuff, I'm going to unpack it, and we're going to have the Creators Cup like the first day. In my studio, I got a nice broadcasting studio up near my room in this gigantic, I call this house the Astrodome. Like the house they gave me for international teaching is like the Astrodome. Seriously. The 1-2. Struck him out, and Gaetti goes down. Wes Gardner looking good. 1 out. And here's Randy Bush, 2 for 3, 2 singles. Minnesota needs a run. They need a run. The winning game won here, 3-2. And that's going to be a strike. So Randy Bush is 2 for 3 today. And a strike again, 0-2. Wes Gardner is pitching on fire. He really is. Oh, high, and fouls it away. If Minnesota can take game 1, then Minnesota will set them. They have 3 games at the Astrodome. Hey, I'll tell you what. If you do, I'll see what I can do for visas or whatever. Hey, if you do, I'm open to it if I can do it. 3-2. 1-2. Sorry, it'll be 2-2. Randy Bush, a big at-bat here. And fouls it off. Bush is 2 for 3. The 17th pitch. Struck him out. That's going to be 2 outs. And Wes Gardner, look at him. You can see him. Here's Gene Larkin. He's 1 for 3, a double and an RBI. Nobody on, 2 outs for Minnesota. Trying to take game 1. And if they do, remember they have 3 in the Metrodome. 3 games in the Metrodome. That would be big. They're going to call that one a ball. And it's hard to win in the Metrodome, and Boston knows that. High pop fly. And look at this. Second base is going all the way over, and we go to the bottom of the 8th. The score, Minnesota 3, Boston 2.
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention please. Now,
Juan Berenscher.
number 3.
Juan Berenscher, 5'11", 190. This is big. Wade Boggs, he was 0 for 3, grounded out in the 5th inning.
For the Red Sox, the third baseman, Wade Boggs.
Minnesota 3, Boston 2. Boggs now, bottom of the 8th inning. Hard hit, and it is... Oh, and it drops to the ground and a base hit. Boggs will get on with nobody out.
Now back, second baseman, Marty Barrett.
Oh, how big that is. He dove, he couldn't get it. Marty Barrett. Here's Marty. He's going to try and bunt him over. He did. He might get on. He did. He's out. He's out, 1 out.
Now back,
So it's going to be a sacrifice. I don't know about small ball there. Juan Berenscher didn't get anybody out yet, but they say small ball. Here's Dwight Evans. He's 0 for 2. He walked and scored a run. They're down by 1. The tying run is on second with 1 out. Juan Berenscher knows. The pitch. And that's going to be outside, 1-0. It's all up to Boston. Right now they got a chance, a big chance. They don't call that a strike. It's 2-0. 2-0 to Evans. Berenscher's under pressure. That's why he said, why bunt? And it's going to be fouled off, 2-1. Minnesota 3, Boston 2. And Minnesota wins. That is a huge step forward into winning the series. They're the 3rd seed. Boston's the 2nd seed. The seeds reflect the score. It's 3-1. Greenwell is on deck. He might come on when 2 on and 1 out. The leading run is at home. The 3-1. He walked him. Oh, they called that a strike earlier in the game, and they walk him, and there is first and second. And now Greenwell will come up. Greenwell. Mike Greenwell against Juan Berenscher with 1 out and 2 on. Bottom of the 8th. Oh, and they call it a strike now, and they're booing, and everybody is like, wait a second. Jeff Reardon, if they get the outs here in the lead, you know Reardon's coming in. Oh, you know he's coming in. He's good. So it's 3-2. And that's going to be a ball, 1-1 with 1 out. Look at Boston then. They're ready to go. All these players, all these people, they're ready to explode on a base hit. They know it's a long journey to win the World Series. 8 teams left, only 1 is going to win it all. Down below, it's 2-1. Mike Greenwell, he is a little bit anxious. The 2-1 from Berenscher. Oh, he fouled it off. It'll be 2-2 with 1 out. Minnesota 3, Boston 2. The pitch to left field. If it's fair, it's trouble. It's foul, barely. And if it would have hit down, Greenwell would have been a hero. But it's 2-2 with one out, barely foul. 3-2 now. Ellis Burks, the guy with the long double earlier. He has 80 speed, but there's people in front of him, so he can only get to one base at a time really quickly. The 3-2, 2 outs. Struck him out. He just looked at that. Right down the middle. It was a fastball right down the middle, and he stared at it, and he didn't do a thing. Right down the middle. Oh, Greenwell. Oh, my. And now Ellis Burks, 2 outs. It's all up to him right now, bottom of the 8th. Up the middle is there. They're going to get it. They throw to second. He's safe. The bases are loaded. And the bases are loaded. There's 3 of them on. Here in the bottom of the 8th inning, Berenscher knows it. And now this is big. Jimmy Rice, 0 for 2. He has a sacrifice fly and an RBI. Oh, this is so big. Jimmy Rice, bottom of the 8th inning. Berenscher, 1-0. If they walk, we're tied. He gets a base hit. Then Boston's probably going to lead. Struck out, flew out to center field. And then whatever an SF is. The 1-0 to Jim Rice. 2-0, it's inside. Berenscher's not had the greatest of innings. They know it's coming inside now. Jim Rice is getting ready. He's 0 for 2 today. It's 3-2. Minnesota leads Boston. Bases loaded. Juan Berenscher, the pitch. High pop fly. Maybe he didn't want to go for that one. Running after its pocket, and they get it. It ends the inning. Oh my goodness. Look at it, Berenscher. So relieved. They go to the 9th. Dennis Lamp. He's 6'4", 210. He will come in. I will tell you this much. That last inning, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I can't believe that. That was an incredible inning. Here's Tim Laudner. 1 for 3, and it's going to be a ball outside. That last inning, if you're Boston, so frustrating. In this series, the protection at home is so big. 1-0, and it's going to be a strike, 1-1 to Laudner. Bases were loaded. It was high and away, and he fell for it. A 2-0 pitch. He fell for it. And now it'll be 2-1 to Laudner. Dennis Lamp coming in. I think Lamp either pitched in game 6 or 7. I forget who. That's going to be a base hit. And in the real World Series of 86, Dennis Lamp came in. It might be a Boston-New York Mets rematch. Who knows how things go. Greg Gagne. Greg Gagne. That'll be foul. I always called him Gagne. I think it was actually pronounced Gagne. Help me if you're out in the chats. What in the world was it, Gagne or Gagne? That's Bob Stanley. He was the guy. Is it Gagne or Gagne? I'll know. Once I know, if they go far, I don't want to mispronounce it. And it'll be 2-1 inside. Minnesota 3, Boston 2, game 1. And if they're all going to be like this, it's going to be one heck of a series. High pop fly left field. And underneath, all the way to the wall, and what a catch. 1 out. Dennis Lamp. Dan Gladden, 1 for 4, single in the 3rd. Below ball 1. Dan Gladden, wow. What a catch in left field. He's only 1 for 4, but he might be MVP for that catch. That'll be on the ground. They throw to second. They got to first. They get them all. Minnesota can't get the insurance. And we go to the bottom of the 9th inning. The Red Sox need 1 to tie, 2 to win. So here's Jeff Reardon, 6'1", 190. One of the best relievers ever. So here it is. They score 0, they lose. They score 1, we go to extra innings. They score 2, they win. They can win. Bottom of the 9th inning, Benzinger. And hard shot, 1 out. What a catch. Right there, and he knows it. First pitch, 1 out. Rick Cerrone walked in the 2nd inning. So Rick Cerrone, and that's going to be a strike. 0-1 with 1 out. Jeff Reardon. Cerrone trying to get on. That's going to be a ball, 1-1. Well, this is what it is. This is incredibly tense right now. Boston trying to get somebody on. Swing and a miss. It'll be 1-2 with 1 out. Bottom of the 9th, Cerrone. He's 0 for 2 today. Reardon, the 1-2. Struck him out, looking, the slider, and that's going to be 2 outs. In 2 innings, Boston has struck out twice just looking. That's not good, and it was there. And now it goes to Jody Reed. This is it. If Jody is out, then Minnesota steals game 1. And that's going to be a strike, 0-1. Jody Reed, 0 for 3 today, lined down to 7th inning. So here we go, the 0-1 with 2 outs. Base hit is still alive, and Reed will get on first. He's the tying run. So Jody Reed is the tying run, and Boston's still alive. And now they go to the very, very beginning of the lineup. Here's Wade Boggs. He's the winning run. Wade Boggs is the winning run. 2 outs. High left field. He got caught up with that. Is it going to be an out? Yes, it is. That's it. Minnesota wins. First pitch, they get it out. And look at that. Tom Kelly's Minnesota Twins come in to Fenway, and they steal game number 1. And McNamara's upset, but you can see Jeff Reardon. What a save. He gave up a base hit to the 9th hitter, Jody Reed, but Wade Boggs flies out and loses the game. We're going to go to the post game a little differently. But look at Dan Gladden, who made one heck of a catch in left field, and the Twins lead the series 1-0. So now let's take a look at all of the stats. What a game. What an incredible game. A pressure-packed game. A 3-2 game. And Kirby Puckett. Here are the highlights. Puckett incredibly, that RBI in the very beginning. And then Larkin, that was very good. That double was huge. And then Gary Gaetti turned out to be the game winner. Great double play. That was an incredible one. And Dan Gladden's catch, look at that. That's incredible. And there it is. So,
Final line score for our ball game tonight. For the victorious Twins, 3 runs, 11 hits.
what we're going to do right now is we're going to get out, and then we will talk about the line score. Don't worry. We're going to take a look at the line score. Here it is, the box score. For Minnesota, Puckett had 2 hits, Gaetti had 3, Bush had 2, Laudner had 2. 11-35, slightly under 300. When you take a look at the other things, the batting, Puckett, Gaetti, and Larkin doubles. Gaetti with a home run. Gaetti was a triple away from a cycle. RBIs was Puckett, Gaetti, and Larkin. And Gladden and Urbeck grounded into double plays. Stolen bases, Tommy Herr with a stolen base, and Kirby Puckett got stealing. For Boston, they only had 2 people with 2 hits. They had Ellis Burks and they had Todd Bensinger. 8-32 at .250 average. They struck out 5 times and they walked 3 times. Well, the Twins struck out 7 and only walked 2. They were very aggressive. Burks had a double. Rice and Benzinger with RBIs. A sacrifice fly by Rice. And Barrett had a sacrifice. Greenwell was caught stealing. They didn't have a stolen base all day. Pitching Minnesota, Viola got the win. It's 1-0. Berenscher came in. He got a hold, and Reardon got a save. The funny part is 3 of the 8 hits were relievers in 2 innings. Viola was pretty good at 7. The strikeouts, really, when you look at this, Clemens only went 5 innings, a very bad day for him. Bolton, Gardner, and Lamp came in and did very well. 3 hits in 4 innings, and they did not give up a run. Neither reliever gave up a run at all. None. 0. So they didn't give up a run at all, and there you see all of the averages right there. Minnesota is up 1 game to none. Those records are not what they did in 1988. That was actually last year. This game doesn't compensate when you do postseasons for different records or whatever. But Minnesota has a 1 game to none lead. Tomorrow, Cincinnati will go to L.A. and play the Dodgers. The Reds will play the Dodgers. That'll be incredible. That'll be a very fun game. Cincinnati is very good. Sire0329 asked why this season. And right when I save this game, I'm going to save it very quickly here. And there it is. So I'm going to save it. So as I save it with Siro329, take a look at these teams. Minnesota was one of the best in the late 1980s. They won 2 World Series in the 87 and 91. Boston was right there. Toronto won 2 World Series in 91 and 92. They have a lot of the pieces there. They could have won it in 87 or 88. Oakland was a very good team in 1988. Cincinnati won it, and Oakland won it in 89. So you have 3 of the 4 teams ended up winning World Series within a few years on the American League side. On the National League side, the Dodgers actually won it. Cincinnati won it in 1990. The New York Mets won it in 86 and had a great team in 88 and could have won it. And the only teams left that didn't win the World Series are Pittsburgh and Boston. And as you can see, Cincinnati, they are in a position. They play the Dodgers in a best of 7, and that's going to be a heck of a series, really. When you look at it, that's going to be one heck of a series. So Cincinnati will play the LA Dodgers, and then Pittsburgh and the New York Mets. That's going to be a nasty series. That's going to be crazy. New York is loaded, but the Pirates in the same division have always had their number. Toronto and Oakland, we just don't know how that's going to go. Remember last year when Toronto beat the Chicago White Sox in a great 5-game series, and then they went to the ALCS and they beat the Baltimore Orioles in 7, and they lost the World Series in 7. So you never know there. That's it for us today. Have a great day, Cyro329. Very good to see you. I'm glad you tuned in. Tune in. I'm going to be doing once a day for this until I get my stuff. Then we'll finish Creators Cup, and then we're going to start a Creators Cup in football for Pro Strategy Football. Any team of all time, your favorite teams. And I'm going to get a little help. There's a few people in my school that love football too that I'm going to ask them. I'm going to make divisions out of them too, 2 of them. But there are some good ones. So, have a great day, everyone. We'll see you later.